In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to use the expense tracker in Odoo. We'll walk through the full process of creating an expense, submitting it for approval, and checking its progress afterward. This is useful for keeping personal and company expenses organized, and it also helps make reimbursement and accounting workflows much smoother. To begin, open the Expenses app in Odoo. Once you're inside, go to My Expenses and then select My Expenses again. This is the main area where you can view existing expense entries and create new ones. To record a new expense, click New. A blank expense form will open, and this is where you'll enter all the relevant details. Start by typing a clear description of the expense. Make it specific enough that the approver can quickly understand what the expense was for. Next, select the appropriate product or expense category. This is important because it helps classify the expense correctly in your records and may also affect accounting treatment and reporting later on. After that, enter the total amount of the expense. Be sure this matches the actual amount on your receipt or supporting document. Then verify the currency and the date. Double-checking these fields helps avoid reporting errors, especially if expenses were made in a different currency or on an earlier date. Now select the appropriate employee. This ensures the expense is linked to the correct person, which is especially important in shared systems where multiple employees submit expenses. Under Reimbursement, choose whether the expense was paid by the employee or by the company. This setting determines whether the employee should be reimbursed or whether the company already covered the cost directly. Next, select the appropriate account and add taxes if required. These fields help make sure the expense is posted correctly for accounting purposes. If your organization has specific rules around tax handling, it's a good idea to review them before submitting. Then, click Attach Receipt to upload a receipt or any supporting document. Attaching proof of purchase is a best practice and is often required for approval. You can also add notes if there's any extra context the reviewer should know, such as the business purpose of the expense. When everything looks correct, click Submit to send the expense for approval. After submission, the expense can move through several stages: approved, then posted, and finally paid. These stages help you understand exactly where the expense is in the process. To monitor your submitted expenses, return to My Expenses and check their status there. If you want a broader view of company spending, you can also use the Reporting section to review and analyze expense records more effectively. And that's how to use the expense tracker in Odoo.